Hi, and welcome to EpicMind Studio. My name is Vadim Chiline, and I'm Creative Director and Photographer here. Some of you might already know me from my blog, epicmind.com/blog, or on Facebook's PhotoG page, where I'm a regular poster and commentator. Today is my first video blog where I'm going to feature some of the basic accessories and tools that every photographer should have in their studio, especially if they're working with products. To start off, the first product I highly recommend most of you to get is the Wimberley Plomp. Now, it only costs about $50, $60. Yes, it's only plastic as well, but it is extremely important in my studio. I think we own 6 of them here. They're about 24 inches long. They can carry a maximum weight of about 225 grams or 8 ounces. One end has a small A-clamp that can be attached to various tripods or mounts. The other side has a small alligator-style clip with a little screw where you can stick in your, say, reflector card. You tie it back in, and you can position it exactly where you want it in your photo. It's like having an extra arm. I feel like an octopus sometimes with these type of devices. They're so cool. And that's it. The only problem is they can't hold heavy duty items such as plexiglass or mirrors, since the maximum weight is about, like I said, 8 ounces, 225 grams. To do that, we have to resort to this other device called a Manfrotto 237 HD heavy duty flex arm, I believe is the long convoluted name. And again, it has about the same length as the Plomp, which is about 24 inches or so. It's got a very strong grip that you can vise into onto a table, again, or onto a stand. And on the other side, it's got a strong clip that you can carry plexiglass or other heavy object as a mirror again. The only issue with this is it doesn't give as much flexibility as the Plomp. You're rather limited in the positions, and it's a lot tougher to bend. It's a heavy duty arm. Next up are the A-clamps that you find in your hardware store, or you can buy at B&H Photo as well. These help to prop various cards up on the table vertically. You can attach onto your stand backgrounds or papers, clip them on. They come in various sizes. Some are extremely solid and balance well. Some are for just simple little pieces of cardboard or mirror paper. In the same family, you've also got the classic A-clamp, which you can find at your local paper supply store or at the pharmacy. This we usually use to clip on the flat backgrounds on the table. So we just basically put the paper with the table, clip it on. Like that, the background doesn't move, and it's a lot easier to work with. Now, the next object is very small, but I would say is one of the most important things that I've ever had in my studio since I've started. And that's the propping wax. This stuff here is gold. About 10, 11 years ago, when I started off in jewelry photography, and my client asked me, oh, can you make a stack of rings, like sort of a pyramid structure? And I was like, oof, how am I going to figure out how to do that? So I tried some with hot wax, not hot wax, that's not to try. I tried some hot glue. It's messy, it just not a fun thing to work with. I then tried blue tack, which is readily available at your pharmacy or craft supply store, and it has that color cast of blue. It's not as strong, it doesn't hold as well. It doesn't work well under video lights if you're using like tungsten lighting, which we use for video. I was just desperate, what can I find? Then I saw on bnhphoto.com, they had propping wax. I'm like, ooh, that might do it. So I imported some from the States, tried it out. It worked pretty good. It was a little bit yellowish. It held up okay, but under hot lights, it tended to not hold as well. So I was, again, desperately finding what can I use. Luckily, at the time, my employee had braces And whenever her braces got adjusted, she had to put on some wax wherever it would touch her gums and stuff. So this wax, I said, "Oh, can I take a look at it?" So I took some, I tried it out. It is very sticky, holds up very well to heat. It's in your mouth. Heat, again, very well. And it's readily available in all the pharmacies. So this stuff is called Orthodontic Wax. Highly recommend it. You can make stacks. You basically can turn into a magician with this. Next object that's again sticky is your classic duct tape. I don't think it needs much explanation, but I think you always need this on hand. You never know what might break, what you might want to stick together by brute force methodologies. Highly recommend that. Now, regarding dust, jewelry or luxury products, watches, perfumes, when you work with plexiglass and highly reflective surfaces, dust is your enemy. And to deal with dust, we basically always use cans of compressed air. I buy cases of this at Costco. They're pretty cheap. Highly recommend it. Every time we shoot something, we put a bit of compressed air, we shoot, move to the next piece, and so forth. Also, when you're working with jewelry, you're working with, again, fingerprints. How to deal with that? When I started off, I used to use like cloth gloves, like Mickey Mouse gloves I would call them. They were basically small, or they created lint on themselves. They carried dust themselves, they got dirty. I'd throw them in the wash, they'd tear up because they're so cheaply made. So in the end, what I found to be the best solution, and for those of you who have possible allergies, is nitrile gloves. They're the powderless variety. Again, these are a thing I bought at Costco. We buy a few sizes here for the various employees' hands we have, and we go through them like Kleenex, I guess, and highly recommend that. And last and not least, and extremely important objects to have in your studio. This one probably costs as much as all this put together, what I just shown you, but trust me, I really recommend them. It's the C-stand. It's been standing next to me since the beginning of the video. The C-stand is basically called a C-stand because of one simple reason. It's got these feet over here, which are set at different levels. And you see the different feet at different lengths. What this permits is that you can place your stands, especially when they're being put away, one next to the other, and they don't take up the room that a regular A-style, I guess, tripod or stand has. These are extremely well built. They will probably outlast me, and I'll pass it on to my children and my great-grandchildren and so forth. They can be attached with booms, as in this case, we have a boom on it. They're made in different sizes. They can go up, I think, up to 15 feet. You can get small ones that go up to 2 feet. You could put your soft boxes on it and put them relatively close versus the other ones, and the feet won't tangle. So they dance very well with each other. They go for around $200 a piece, plus or minus given the size it can reach. And I'd say these are the main objects that I recommend to you as a starting up photographer to have in your studio. Most of them won't break the bank. They're quite affordable, but will make life a lot easier for you moving forward. So I hope you liked a little glimpse into some of the paraphernalia I have in the studio, and I'll be seeing you next time. So until then, happy shooting.